In my last video, I talked about how there was going to be a problem with how this door opens up. With the current design that we have right now, when you go to open up the door, it will actually get caught on the back wall of the shoe display. Now, obviously this is not ideal, and I actually went and made a little test right here so you guys can see where it's clipping through there. And lucky for us, it actually isn't too big of a problem, and there's probably multiple ways that we can solve this. For example, we could add a chamfer right here, which would allow the door to slide up past there. However, this leaves a gap in the top, which I don't really like. Another idea is to add a linear actuator in the back that lifts the door up a little bit and then lifts it back. I think that's a pretty good idea. However, we don't have too much space to work with back there, and I also don't have another linear actuator. So that's when I came up with this idea. Basically what we do is go and chop this top half off right here. We then go and add one of these little small 9-gram servos in there, and we make it so that it can lift that top half up. That top half would then act as a little flap that we can then use to move in and out of the way. When we want to open up the door, we first open up the flap. The flap moves out of the way, which gives us enough room for the door to come up and underneath that flap. I did a small drawing right here to kind of show what I'm talking about. However, it obviously make a lot more sense once I get it made. With this design, we can keep the same look that we currently have. And while it might not be as practical as some of the others, I think it's actually going to be pretty cool. I really like these servos moving around and flaps moving up and down. To me, that's just super cool. Anyways, I'm going to try to get a small prototype of this working, and I'll see you guys all in a few days.